Hello YouTube, my name is Aruhi and today I'm going to be showing you some basics that you're going to need to know to edit your videos in Final Cut Pro. No crazy effects, nothing like that, just the simple basic tools that you're going to need to get started. So let's get into it. So I'm going to do this one live so you guys can follow along with me. Here we have our Final Cut Pro window. Over here I'm going to call this our shelf. This is where your libraries sit. So when you have an open library, you can look at all the projects you have in there, and those projects are going to show up right here in the selector. Down here is your timeline. So this is where you'll be doing all of your editing. Up here is the inspector. So when you click on something like a section or a clip in your timeline, you can work on it in the inspector. And maybe I'll pull up a library and show you what that looks like. Down here, the only things you're going to need to know over here are transitions and effects. So this one here is your effects for your video and audio. Down here is where you're going to find all your blurs and your distortions. I actually don't use too many effects in my videos right now because I haven't really found a need to do that, except for maybe certain things. But they're right here in case you need them. What I do use very often is the transitions, because I usually clip out sections of video and I transition to a later clip from a previous one. And it's so easy to do. You just drag and drop it in there. Over here, this tool, you're going to be using these a lot. So you've got your selector, which is your mouse to trim. You can make clips longer or shorter, position, move things around. Range selection, you use this to highlight a section of clip that you don't want, and you can delete it. Blade, you can cut clips out with the blade tool and move them around or delete them or do whatever you need to do. Zoom, you can zoom in or zoom out of your timeline at a specific clip to make it easier to work with. And hand, you can just scroll the timeline with the hand tool without messing up anything, which is nice. Down here, now typically you would have a clip selected in your timeline, but I use this right here. This is transform, which means I can take the clip on the screen, I can make it bigger, I can make it smaller, I can crop it, I can trim it, I can put effects on it if I want to, on just like a section or just one frame, and it's easier to do that there. So I use this one a lot. This one here is your color corrector. I haven't had to use that one too much at all. And then this one here, you can retime clips. I haven't used that one either, but it's good to know that they're there. Now up here, so this is where your libraries are. You can show or hide the libraries just by clicking on it. Here is where your media is. So if you have your own sound effects or music that you wanted to add from like GarageBand or Logic, you can add them in from here. This right here is titles and generators. I use titles a lot. I stick with the basic title for my text, for my subtitles, if you will. And generators, I just discovered this one for myself recently. So I use these for shapes, which are here under elements, right here. So yeah, this has been a godsend for me. You can explore these too and see what you like. Okay, so as promised, I went on and I opened up a library. So this is the most recent project I'm working on for my gaming content. This is my Oregon Trail, Oregon or Bust series. So here is the main library, and I have events inside of this library, and each event holds a project. So yeah, I can work on individual projects. I can select the one I want to work on. You can see on my timeline here. And now these buttons here are highlighted, as you can see. So let's see. So here I did a transformation on this. So yeah, I zoomed in on this clip right here. Yeah, and then the next clip it just goes back to normal. So that's gonna about cover the basics of Final Cut Pro. Thank you very much for joining me on this tutorial. I hope you found it helpful. If you want to see more tips and tricks from Final Cut Pro, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, leave a like and a comment below letting me know what you want to see. And you can also follow my Let's Plays, or you can follow me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/ROW. That's AHROWHY. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.